Welcome to the Full Stack Developer Episode 5, Networking as a Programmer. I believe that's what they call this one. Networking with people as a programmer. There we go. That's the full episode for this one. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about specifically networking as a programmer and what you should be thinking about once you actually go out there and start networking. Now, I'm watching over here on the Facebook Live, and when we're talking over here, we had a different conversation going on before I jumped on to here onto YouTube on Facebook Live. And if you wanted to join into the Facebook group, you can simply go to thefullstackdeveloper.com, and I'll redirect you over there to the Facebook group. Or you can simply go onto Facebook and type in the Full Stack Developer, and I'll go ahead and send you over to the group, and you'll be able to sign up into the group. And we have a couple conversations going over here already on Facebook Live, and I'll be getting to those conversations here in the end. So don't think I forgot you guys. I'll be back. We're just gonna focus right now on the YouTubes, and I'll be back over here talking to the Facebook Live people. But today, what I want to talk to you guys about specifically is going to be about networking and going out there and finding different relationships, expanding your networking circles, and finding others that are wanting to network with you. So if you guys got my email this morning, you got my email, and I was talking about specifically about my specific struggles that I had when I actually started networking. So in college, I had a really hard time networking with other people, networking with my classmates, like trying to make the whole entire network circle, and inviting people over, going out for dinners, and all of that fun stuff you're supposed to be doing as you go out there and network. Now, when the first thing that comes to mind when you're actually thinking about networking as a programmer, number one, you want to know why you want to network. So the first reason most people start networking is their first entry level point into networking is when they actually go out and try to find a job. So this is when you show up at a, what are those things called? They had them all the time on campus. They are pretty much a way for you to be able to, job fairs, there we go, job fairs. I completely spaced out the word. All right. That's the first entry people get into networking is when you go to these job fairs and you see all these different tables, everybody's there presenting their company, and they want to go ahead and hire you for a job. And you go there, you get a couple business cards, you hear what they have to say, you learn about the company, and maybe you'll follow up, maybe you won't follow up. And that's pretty much the extent to networking that you're usually introduced to at a younger age, 18, 19, 20, when you actually start seeing how to actually start networking. Now, the other type of networking is the one that's called not networking, and this is the networking they usually do when you are just meeting people, right? These are your classmates, these are your church members, these are the people in your community, these are people around you, these are the people that are kind of around you. And I struggled with this pretty bad because I'm kind of an introvert by nature, right? Right now I'm talking to like hundreds of people, right? I talk to hundreds of people on a weekly basis, and you must be thinking, Rick, you're not an introvert. What are you talking about? You're not shy. You're not awkward. You're not weird. What are you talking about? And no, it wasn't. It hasn't always been like this, and it's really tough, and it's really difficult for me to come on here and every single Monday, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, be on these live calls and be interacting with people from all over the world. It's not an easy thing, and that's the first thing. Number one is difficult, right? It's difficult to network. It's difficult to introduce yourself to random people and be able to introduce yourself. And the first entry point people get into networking is because they need to get a job, right? In order for you to be able to get a job, you need to start networking. And this is when you go out there, you put the suit on, you put the tie on, and you try to go out there and get a job. But most people stop their entire networking efforts there. That's it. Like once they get a job, once they actually get what they needed to get out of the other person, that's it. Like they're done networking. And I don't think that's the right way to go about networking. Networking is about creating those long-lasting relationships that will be around for many, 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 many years. Not something that just, hey, Jack, welcome to the live call. We're live right now on Facebook and YouTube, but we're talking to the YouTube people right now. We'll get back to the Facebook people here in a sec. Many, many, many years. Like you want to go ahead and create those relationships with people that are going to be long lasting. They're going to be there for many, many years in the future. It's not something that you're just there just to get a job from someone else. And that's what networking is all about. It's about creating those long lasting relationships with people that are going to be there for many years. And that's number two, right? People think usually networking is about finding a job, and then number two, and it's difficult to do. And number three, it is very challenging to start thinking about networking from a different perspective of not just finding a job, but actually building a relationship with people that are going to last for many years. And that's essentially what networking is all about. And it's not easy. It is very difficult, and it is something you have to work on. It is something you have to put your name out there, and it is something you have to be of service to the network, not just be constantly asking for things from the network. And if you guys got my email, by the way, today in the email, I went ahead and talked about specifically about I gave you guys an example of networking and how I actually used it. So there was one of my friends that was requesting some help finding a professional expert in podcasting. Now, I happen to know a couple people that podcast, and I happen to know a couple people that are considered experts that actually do this for a living. So he was looking for a podcast expert, and I knew some experts in the podcast field, so I went and connected them, and that's what I did for my network. I mean, I'm not asking for a job, not asking to sell anything. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just being of service to the network. And that's a different point of view. That's a different perspective into networking, because most people in networking are just there like, what can I get? What can this person give me? What can I get from this person? What is the thing that I'm going to get from them? Like, that is the number one thing that people are thinking about once they are networking. But that is just completely the wrong way to approach it. You want to approach it from, how can I be of service to the network? And then hopefully once in a while you can ask for help from the network, and the network will be more than happy to help you out. So that is the number one thing to keep in mind, is that you do not want to overload the network. You do not want to be constantly requesting for things unless you have provided a lot of value to the network, because that's the only way it's going to be valuable. Because if you show up and you ask your network like, hey, I'm ready for a job, or hey, I'm ready to do whatever it is that you want to do, or hey, you should attend my event, or whatever the ask may be, the only way you're going to get a good enough reply is if you have provided value for the network. And the only way you can provide value is by first serving the network. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. Networking, as a programmer, networking, you should be doing it. You should be getting it done. It is something you should be thinking about. It is something you should be working on. Networking isn't just going to happen. You have to go out there and make it happen. It's not going to just show up in your door. Job opportunities are not just going to show up. Clients are not just going to show up. Business partners are not going to just show up out of nowhere. You have to constantly be out there searching for them. You constantly have to be putting the word out there that you are looking for these type of people. And soon enough, they will show up and they will be there. The opportunities will present themselves. But the only way they're going to present themselves is if you are actively searching for them. So if you're shy, if you're a little awkward, if you're a little weird, if you're a little on the spectrum, just know that you have to work harder than everybody else, and keep that in mind once you actually start networking with people. And the only other thing that I can think about to tell you here specifically about networking is that you never want to be put in a position, which I've been before. This is why the reason I'm telling you this. You never want to be put in a position where you are going to events, or you're spending money, or you're going to different things to impress people that you don't like. Okay? You never want to be put in that position of trying to impress people that you don't like. That is not networking. I don't know what the hell. That is showing off. That is driving the ego. That is something else. Like, I don't know what the hell you would call that. But if you are finding yourself that you're showing up to dinners and you're paying for the dinners and you're paying hundreds of dollars to be at events or whatever it is that you're doing, and you're not getting value, you're just kind of doing it to show off that you can do it, like, that's not networking. Networking is when you know the relationships are going to be there for a very long time, for many years, and you know that you're providing value. You know that you will soon enough get value from the network, and keep that in mind. I struggle with this specifically with some of my client stuff where I actually go ahead and spend a significant amount of money and time to be able to figure out if they're actually going to turn into a paying client. And that's definitely changing now. I'm definitely approaching that in a different way than I have been in the past, where I would spend a serious amount of money just trying to impress people that I didn't really like. So keep that in mind. Networking is about creating opportunities for others, and it's about you being able to connect those others with each other. All right, guys. That's going to go ahead and do it for today. What's up, Marcelo? Marcelo in the house. You made it, man. 10 minutes live. We've been on this. We've been on the YouTube for about 20 minutes now, and on the Facebooks for about an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it here for YouTube. We're going to go ahead and continue the conversation at Facebook. If you have not joined the Facebook group, what are you doing? Join the Facebook group. I'm going to drop you a link below. Click on the link below. It will take you over to the Facebook group. You'll be able to join in and be able to join the conversation there, because the conversation starts there before we jump on YouTube. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to go ahead and be notified of the next live call, what I want you to do, click the subscribe button, click the little bell. That way you'll get a notification the next time I go live. You'll be able to interact on the chat once I actually go live on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, click the like button, click the subscribe, click the bell. Make sure you join the Facebook Live Facebook group so you'll know when I'm live. And I'll talk to you next time.